Hey, ladies. Hey, gems. It's so good to see you. Listen, I want to first start off by saying this is week 3 that I've been on here consecutively. So I am coming out of the ghetto. I am getting back on the game and I am back. Okay. Listen, now, sis, let's get straight to it. You've been walking around with promises in your belly, but doubt in your mouth. You believe God 1 minute and the next you're laughing like, is it really me he's talking about? At this age, in this mess after all I've lost. But I came to interrupt that pity party that you've been having by yourself and tell you that God didn't change his mind just because you stopped clapping. Listen, welcome to HG Girl Talk, where we don't babysit disbelief. We speak life into it, okay? We lay hands on it and we tell it to move. So today, we're unlocking the Sarah within you. Let's get into this conversation, okay? Welcome to HG Girl Talk.
Hope you're ready for words of wisdom. Here to build you up in your mind, body, and spirit. I'm excited about the place God's taking you cause you're near it. And you only getting closer. Now sis, ain't no fearing at all. Feel the pull as destiny calls. Together we follow direction that's given from God. I like to give an applause to the independent women who once failed but gathered up the strength to stand tall. You are pretty. You are powerful, you are purposeful, seeking first the kingdom of God. We see you working through the ups, downs, evens, and odds. The hidden gem that resurfaced from a place that couldn't handle your call. Now you effective, selected and protected, you crawl. So there's so many to run. Take a moment to pause and reflect on just how far you came from. Grab your blankets and your bonnets, you got work to get done.
You are now tuned in to the HG Girl Talk podcast, hosted by the dynamic, elegant, opulent Veronica Mitchell. Now, sis, grab your blankets and your bonnets. It's time to chat.
All right, ladies, listen, we are streaming live from our YouTube page at HG Girl Talk. Also, on our HG Girl Talk page on Facebook and my personal page. So listen, welcome to the chat room. The Gym's chat room is officially open. It's officially open. Listen, you guys know how I like to get started. I want to know what is one thing that made you smile this weekend. We're just going to talk about this weekend, okay? Not just in today, this weekend. Listen, I had a very long weekend. And I'm grateful for it. My mother came out of the hospital and everything went well with her surgery. So we are excited about that. Hello, James. Listen, as you're coming in the room, drop where you're viewing from and let me know what is one thing that made you smile this weekend. Listen, Mother Woods came back from the hospital and everything is fine there as well. So listen, I'm excited about that. That is something that made me excited and smile. And for a break, I went to the Atlanta's Ice Cream Festival and it was so amazing. I'll say it like that. It was hot, crowded, but when you're around great company, things your experience is completely different. So I had an amazing time there. I had my family there. I walked a lot. And not only that, we did our Laughter on the Lawn in the park edition. So it was really good to see everyone there. And that, can we shout out Lighthouse? Pause for the cause. I'm going to shout out our Kingdom Light Church family. We've touched a lot of people, but really made an impact on 2 families, and 1 family joined the church. So here we grow again. So I'm super proud of each and every one of you guys. And I'm so excited for the growth that we are about to experience together. Listen, hey, I see y'all in the chat room. I see you in the chat room. Mother Thomas is on. I see Mother Joyner. Look, I don't call you Mother Joyner. Is in the room. Miss Keisha, I see you. You're in the chat room as well. I'm so glad you're here. Listen, we're about to get into some good conversation. But before, so y'all know, I got to get my housekeeping out of the way. I'm going to get my housekeeping out of the way before we open up the labor room, okay? Tonight, we're about to get real heavy and we're going to look into in the mirror and we're about to release what no longer serves us. Okay. So come on here. Let's go ahead and talk about the main event that's happening September 27th, which is Pajamas and Prayer. If you haven't registered, I'm not sure what you're waiting for, but I'm super excited about it. My team, the staff has been in endless planning. and we are excited about it. I believe Mother Woods has been asking me, can I wear what pajamas she's going to wear? Asking me to order her particular pajamas. I think she's just excited to dress up and be with the girls, and I'm excited to have her. Listen, I cannot wait. We have beauty influencers, beauty and master cosmetologists come to give beauty tips. We have a panel discussion with my sister India Hyman and Destiny King Cannon. And not only that, right after that, we're going to have a moment of prayer and impartation with my great sister Martha McGee. Listen, I'm super excited. Each and every person on this flyer is a powerhouse within themselves. So I'm so proud and excited to have them there. Mother Thomas will be emceeing our welcome party. Can y'all say welcome party? Because yes, we are having a welcome party for my sisters who are always late. I got y'all. So we decided to have a whole welcome party for y'all. Y'all got a grace period. Just know that, okay? Amen. Y'all have a grace period to get in the room. So I'm so excited about it. We're going to have nice refreshments, great music, great company. So to let your guard down, I want the ladies to pull up with their sisters. That's right, welcome party. I want y'all to pull up with y'all sisters, pull up with your expectation to have an amazing time. Not only that, can y'all say we are building her a haven? We are building a haven here at Hidden Gems and Kingdom Light Church or Lighthouse Enterprises, and I'm super excited about it. Why? Because we've already gotten so many beautiful sponsorships, so many beautiful partners who are partnering with us on a monthly basis to actually see this hidden haven that is going to be an empowerment center to build a physical location and make a difference. Y'all know a part of our vision is to have a transitional home for those who are coming out of prison, for those who are runaway children, for those who are falling on hard times. That is a part of our vision, and you guys is partnering with us is going to allow us to facilitate those things. Not only that, we are going to be partnering with certain healthcare providers to provide screenings, health screenings, and things of that sort through the Hidden Haven Empowerment Center. So I'm so excited to see this thing come to pass. You guys have no idea how long this has been. We've been petitioning God for this. Listen, so I'm super, super excited about that. I see y'all comments coming in. I'm going from side to side to actually pull it up. Okay. Not only that, my husband reminded me, he said, listen, you're not pushing your book. So I need to do a shameless plug real quick. I need y'all to run to Barnes and Noble and purchase your Trust Issues book. If you haven't gotten your copy yet, I need you to go run and get it tonight. Can someone say tonight? Don't go into August without having your book, okay? Trust Issues is not only about having trust issues with our Heavenly Father. I promise you, there are tricks, there are prayers, there are tips on how to build your trust, whether it's with finances, whether it's with your relationship, whether it's with friendships or business partnerships. I literally laid out my life and what I've experienced personally so that you don't have to go and bump into certain things that I had. Okay. Can the church say amen? Amen. All right, let's jump into this. Hold on. Pause for the cause. I see y'all commenting, but I don't see not one comment that said what made y'all smile this weekend. I need to know what made y'all smile this weekend. Could we not be disobedient? We ain't coming on here being disobedient. I told y'all I'm coming out of the ghetto. I was being ghetto for not coming up, showing up. I'm coming out of the ghetto, so I need y'all to come out of the ghetto. What is one thing that made y'all smile? What is one thing that made y'all smile? Listen, she said, be ready. Be ready to turn up, bring your fans for the pajama party. Y'all are not about to be doing the boots on the ground. We played that out. I am done with that. I need y'all not. Okay. Yes, we're having the welcome party. Husband said welcome party. I'm super excited about that. I said I need a welcome party so the ladies can have a grace period, because I know if y'all are like me, when y'all are expecting and exciting to do certain things, we just be running behind just a little bit. We run behind just a little bit. And I said, I need a welcome party so that I don't want anyone to miss the prayer. I don't want anyone to miss the panel discussion that's going to happen or the tips that are going to come forward. So I need a way that we can give a grace period and we came up with the welcome party. So I need y'all to be ready for the pajamas and prayer. So I'm super excited. Okay, listen. So as y'all are dropping in the comment section, what is one thing that made y'all smile this weekend? I want you guys to know that I'm coming out of the book of Genesis, 18 and 14. Is anything too hard for the Lord? Is anything too hard for the Lord? Y'all know we are on this journey or unpacking our inner Sarah, right? And really getting into the nitty-gritty on why sometimes it's so hard and to dream when you're getting frustrated with the promise lingering longer than what it's supposed to, right? So I'm gonna slow down and read some of y'all comments, but sis, real quick, I need you to read this verse again out loud. I need you to highlight it, whatever you need to do. Is anything too hard for the Lord? Because apparently Sarah didn't think so. She heard the promise and she laughed, not because it was funny, but because it felt far-fetched. Because if we're gonna be honest, if we're gonna bring it to the nowadays, the God's clap back was, why did she laugh? I said what I said. Why did she laugh? Because I said what I said. See, God doesn't cancel the promise when you laugh in disbelief. He fulfills them in spite of it anyway. Listen, I want to jump in and out real quick before we dive into it, because I want to really highlight what made y'all laugh, because sometimes you got to get reminded about your joy when heaviness is always in front of you, right? So Ms. Keisha said, I've been cracking up and I smile when I recognize the joy of the Lord is my strength. Always. That is one of my go-to scriptures. Miss Thomas said, I got out of the hospital this week. That's one thing that made her smile. Listen, healing is our portion. Listen, let's talk. I want to talk real quick. I'm going to talk to a few different women tonight. I'm going to hit a lot of y'all tonight. And this one little, I'm going to try to get this 45 minutes, but I really believe this thing is going to be a little bit longer. But I want to talk real quick to the woman who gets the things done, but quietly believed God skipped over her. When it came to that one thing, not necessarily that he skipped over her in a whole, but that one thing we've been praying for, that one thing that has been on our prayer list for year after year, whether that's the next level of love, whether that's a baby, whether that's a business shift, whether that's healing, whether it's an open door that still hasn't swung wide open. Yeah, you're still managing, but you've stopped dreaming, right? Because we love to keep going, but sometimes we stop dreaming. We still help others, but you've put down your promise on the shelf. I want to say this to you real quick. I'm gonna snip this real quick. Just because you've normalized disappointment doesn't mean God is done. Because some of us have been hurt time after time. Some of us have been let down day after day. And we've coped with normalizing that the disappointment is going to happen, that we no longer expect God to do. We no longer expect God to move and open and create a new way for us, because we know that something is going to go wrong. We feel the other shoe is about to drop some way, some form, somewhere. It's always on anxiousness. I'm coming to break all of this down, right? So for my note takers, the first one is going to be the bareness of belief. What Sarah struggles to tell us in this whole part of her story, we know Sarah is the one who was married to Abram, is the one who gave Abram Hagar, her slave, to actually lay with him to bear a baby, because she could not have a baby, right? So Sarah was barren in her womb, but let's be real, barrenness doesn't always mean physically. You can be barren in your mind. How can I be barren in my mind? Because it's cluttered with overthinking and with no clarity. You can be in your heart. You can be barren in your heart. How can I be hard? Because you're so guarded that nothing else can grow. You can be barren in your faith. You're so wounded by delay that you're just going through the motions in hope. Smiling and helping others, clapping for others, but quietly inside you're turning. We're tossing and turning because you've shown up and you're posting and you're leading and you're performing, but behind the scenes, you're just surviving. You're no longer believing. Listen, I need you to share this out real quick, because someone needs to hear that a delayed dream will make you act as if it was a denied dream. Just because it's delayed does not mean it's denied. See, some of us have gone so long without a yes that we just started to adjust our prayers to avoid the disappointment. Who am I talking to tonight? See, you've rewritten your vision board, not because God told you to, but because you got tired of looking at it with no movement. Sis, I came to talk to y'all tonight because that's not faith, that's fatigue. That spiritness, that spiritual barrenness is what we're working out today. But no, tonight we're about to break it. Can I coach y'all just for a split moment? Just for a quick moment. I'm about to pick Coach V on real quick. Let's have a grown-up woman-to-woman conversation, right? Let's have a heart-to-heart real quick. You're not out of alignment because you don't love God. You're out of alignment because you've lost your expectation. And you didn't tell anybody. So here you are, you lost your expectation and you're by yourself and you're isolated. You've built the brand, you kept your calendar full, but the oil seemed as if it dried up for months, right? Now you're just managing something God meant for you to multiply. Hear me with love when I say this. You don't get to play small just because you're scared of disappointment. You don't get to check out mentally just because the promises of God hasn't showed up just yet. You hear me clearly. You absolutely do not get to bury something just because you're tired of waiting. God did not change his mind. He's waiting for you to realign to what he said. Just because faith didn't work in the moment, I need you to swallow your feelings and allow you to begin to stretch this faith muscle again. See, faith sometimes works off of instruction. And some of us, because the first instruction didn't work out or we didn't get the reaction that we desired for it to have, we put it down. Can I come and raise this to you just real quick? Go back to the first thing. Go back to the first step that he gave you for clarity. See, I need you to ask yourself, what area of your life have you secretly called dead when God has called it due? I need y'all to drop that in the chat room tonight. It's my due season. Nothing that God has called. Oh, God, I love you tonight. Nothing that God has placed within me is dead. It's due. It's due. A lot of us have called so many things dead because it didn't get the reaction that we wanted to have. But if only one, if it only had an impact for one person, you reached your mark. Where have you shut down emotionally, mentally, or even spiritually, but kept showing up so no one would notice? Oh, I'm coming to pull back the veil tonight. What are you building right now that looks blessed but doesn't feel like it's backed by God? It's time to stop grieving the old timeline and start moving with the new assignment. You're not out of time. You're just out of alignment. Can I tell you something real quick? When you stop expecting, you start expanding. Stop expecting to do things out of yourself and begin to trust God so that he can expand certain things within you. See, ask God boldly sometimes. Is this dream still due, or am I just done with it because of my disappointment? I'm not serving it the way that I'm supposed to serve it because I'm disappointed and aggravated because the people are not clapping. The people are not coming. They're not showing. They're not coming. They're not helping. Am I disappointed in man? Or am I in my due season to walk with God? Because here's the truth. God doesn't give dreams to die. He gives them to develop. He does not give us dreams to die. He gives them to us so that we can develop and perfect the body of Christ. So watch this. We're walking the story of Sarah, right? So can we take a minute real quick and talk about how she tried to fix the problem? Can I talk to the woman who sometimes says, you know what, if y'all don't do it, I don't gotta worry about it. I'ma do it. I'ma fix it. I don't need nobody. I'ma fix it. I know a lot of us are like this because we like to do this thing called I'm Miss Independent. I'ma put the S on my chest. I'ma wear the cape. I got the bag and the heels to match. I came for you tonight. Let's talk about it, right? So sis didn't just laugh at the promise. She moved without permission. It's a dangerous place to be when you move without permission. She didn't wait for the miracle. She manufactured a mess because deep down, she didn't believe she was the one that God wanted to use in the first place. So she did what so many of us wanted to do, or so many of us do currently. She created a B plan to protect herself from the embarrassment of the A plan. Whoa, let me slow down for the cause real quick because a lot of us don't like to be embarrassed. A lot of us don't like to for the long drawn out thing. A lot of us don't want to walk around the mountain and scream on the seventh time. A lot of us want this thing called a microwave miracle. So we begin to put our hand in things. We begin to try to fix things and work things our way, right? So watch this. She secured or she recruited Hagar to fill a position that her womb was still called to fulfill in the first place. Uh-oh, who am I talking to tonight? See, she wasn't out of time. She was out of trust. Hey, Jesus. She was out of trust because here it is. I've waited year after year to have a baby. I waited year after year to give birth to something for my husband, to give legacy to my husband. But for some reason, it's not working for me. Who am I talking to tonight? Put yourself in her shoes just for this moment. And that mistrust created a counterfeit blessing that looked functional but carried future consequences. This is the problem when we try to put our hand into something that God wanted to bless and carry out, or bless and make you a message. But when we put our hands into it, we create false blessings and manufactured miracles, and that causes confusion down the line. Uh-oh, get your hand out of it. I need y'all to drop in the comment section, I'm taking my hand off of it. I'm removing my hand off of it. It's God's will, not mine. I need y'all to drop that in the comment section. That's right. I'm removing my hand tonight. Take your hand off of it. Y'all want real, right? Because I love my Now Sis moment. Y'all know HG Girl Talk is not fluff. We're not, if you want fluff, if you want cute, if you want dainty, Hidden Gems is not for you. See, Hidden Gems is for the raw, real girl who wants it real, raw, and true, because we ain't got time for no makeup manufactured glory over here. We want God, nothing but God. We want the real, unfiltered truth so that we can fix our heart, right? So let's get real quick. Like, I'm gonna talk to the woman who still is holding on to the vision board that she created, the one who has LLC after LLC, the one who has the calendar that stays booked, but you've been moving off of momentum and not off of instructions. Who am I talking to tonight? See, you've convinced yourself that God's delay means he's changed your mind or changed his mind. So now you're creating your own shortcuts to look like you're still in alignment. Ooh, you launched it, you posted, but deep down you knew it wasn't the promise you were building out of a panic moment. This is hard truth tonight. Just because you built it does not mean that God breathed on it. See, I need to tell you this because a lot of you are looking at women or looking at people who keep showing up in your algorithm. It's like they're having win after win, but sometimes they are just living off of an old win and not moving in the glory of God. Oh my God, I hear my bishop. He said the dead has a crowd as well. Listen, I need you to understand. I need you to move out of the promise of God and not out of the panic of your problem. Who am I talking to tonight? It's good to see you, Ms. Ross. Who am I talking to tonight? Who am I talking to tonight? Change your perspective. Change your perspective. I'm coming for the woman who has been foggy in the way that they're thinking, in your mindset. You're cluttered in your thoughts. You really can't get a clear picture out. You can't see certain things, and maybe you're not in the full hustle mode, but maybe you're just foggy, you're stuck, and you're unclear. So instead of moving in obedience, you're moving out of this thing called urgency. You keep asking for a sign, but you're settling for anything that feels close to the promise, right? So let's pull it back to the story real quick. We understand that the woman of God gave Hagar to her husband to have a child. In certain versions of the Bible, I believe in the NIV, it says that Hagar went to her husband and said, you know what? Now I got a problem with you because this woman despises me now. I gave her a chance to have a seed that I was hoping to call my legacy as well, but this woman now despises me, and you made a covenant with her. You made her feel, or allowed her to carry your legacy. So now I'm stuck in this place where I feel uncomfortable, right? So Hagar was close, but she wasn't the real covenant. And when settling for what's available instead of settling for what's assigned, it will always cost more than what you think. I need you to understand that just because it's close and easy access, sometimes it's not God. I need you to slow down and ask God, is this for me, or shall I continue to pursue? Shall I continue to pursue? So let me go ahead real quick. Let me go ahead and pull your card in love just for a moment. Just for a moment. This is all out of love because I need to adjust some of y'all crowns that has been crooked for a little while. See, you've been doing too much with no direction. So you've been building brand after brand that God has never told you to build. You've been fighting battles that you were never assigned to. You've been staying loyal to timelines that He's already torn up. You're tired, but it's not because you're doing too much. It's because you're doing things He's never asked you to do in the first place. See, some of us are out here creating or pulling Hagar after Hagar and wondering why there's so much tension in our life. You're birthing out of productivity from panic and calling it progress. But here's the truth. You don't need another strategy. You need to surrender. I need y'all to drop that in the chat. I'm surrendering. I'm surrendering. Yeah, I'm surrendering to His will. I'm surrendering to His plan. I'm surrendering to His way. I don't need another strategy. I don't need to try to figure out what I need to do next. I need to become surrendered before the Lord. You're not behind. You're just misaligned. And the moment you stop fixing it for God, is the moment He'll make room for, or is the moment that God will make room for you and begin to actually fulfill the promises that He promised you. So ask yourself, why am I moving out of fear instead of faith? What have I launched, pursued, or even accepted that resembles the promises of God? And God actually said, no. What am I even waiting on God to speak? Because a lot of us are talking to Him and have yet to listen for a response. So am I waiting on God, or am I trying to avoid disappointment by making things happen on my own? So listen, I need you to pull a notebook. I need you to pull a piece of paper real quick. I need you to write a list of every major decision, every project, every offer, every opportunity you've said yes to in the last 6 months. And then ask God, is this you, or did I settle? Is this you, or did I settle? Because I was tired of waiting. If it was panic, I repent and I release it. If it was from faith, I'm a recommit to it. See, we're no longer building altars in places God never told us to. We're no longer building altars where God told us to just pass through. We're no longer birthing out Ishmaels because we're trusting God to fulfill the promise. No, we're no longer running ahead of God just because we hate standing still. Because watch this. Because standing still with God is still movement in the spirit. Understand this. Standing still with God is still movement in the spirit. See, a lot of us take movement, we misunderstand movement, because if I'm not posting, if I'm not keeping up, if I'm not getting another contract, if I'm not moving, it feels as if I'm stuck, I'm stagnant. No. That means God is doing something behind the scenes. God is doing something behind the scene. Am I talking good? Let me know if I'm talking good, because I believe that God had a word particular for a few ladies tonight. So watch this. We're walking through her story, and I thought that this teaching series was going to be about a month long, but the Lord said no. We're about to expose it, and we're going to keep it moving, right? So we're gonna run from or go from laughter to legacy, right? When she actually birthed her child. So here it is. This is the part that really kind of stirs me a little bit, because Sarah doubted, she laughed, she questioned the whole thing. She even tried to walk around the plan, right? But God, he never revoked the promise. That's the part that gets me. Because how many of us, can we be real? How many of us, when we look at our story, the story of our lives, the things we got into when we knew we should not have been in, we said, God, get me out of this thing. I ain't never going to do it. And you did it the next week. You tried to repent, but really you didn't repent truly. But watch this. Here it is. Sarah literally tried to alter her destiny, and God still never revoked his promise. He still gave her son, Isaac. See, it really, his name means laughter. Right? I had to search that up. I did my research. His name means laughter. That means God didn't just bless her. He redeemed her. He turned her mocking into a literal miracle. He gave her joy from the same womb where tears used to fall. Who am I talking to tonight? That girl, that woman who's in the room, keep crying night after night. Lord, why am I in tears? Why do I feel like I'm weeping? But it's not as if I'm weeping from a hurtful place. Who am I talking to tonight? The same womb where tears fell, whom he gave joy out of. He birthed laughter out of. See, your joy will come from the same place where your doubt lived. He didn't skip her. He didn't penalize her. He made her the evidence that even in your worst moment, even your worst moment can't cancel God's best work. Even when you feel like you're broke, dirty, dusty, and disgusting, God said, I still got to work for you. Why? Because I called you for this. Called you for something. I called you, your story, your life. I have a plan for your life. I need you to share this to someone who's been doubting their very purpose. I need you to share this right now. I don't care where you're watching me from. I need you to send it via text message. I need you to tag them below. I need you to send this to a woman that you know that can be doing way better than where she is, because she's doubting herself. Because she's trying to figure and work something out herself. When God has sent me to remind you that he has a plan. See, you've delivered results for everyone else. You've built platforms, you've carried projects, you led teams, you hosted events, you've grown businesses, but somewhere deep down, you stopped believing in your own womb. You stopped believing that your womb still worked. You thought that you were only the midwife. Who am I talking to who thought that they were only the midwife to help other people birth? See, you talked yourself out of your next because you were tired. You are tired of not seeing movement in your own life. You feel smart, but you're really not sure. You're strong, but secretly you're shaken. Successful, but you're really not sustained. You've gotten so used to managing wins that you forgot what it feels like to expect your own. You've been managing certain things, but you forgot what it really feels like to actually put an expectation on God. And now you're wondering, am I really the one God's going to do it for? Or was that just me being emotional? Yeah, I know we are emotional creatures. But sis, stop grieving the promises you've buried in silence. Your purpose still has a pulse. It has a pulse beneath the surface. You're not dried up. You're not in delay. You've been functioning with a numb wound, but God is about to reactivate what you thought was done. Can y'all drop that? God is about to reactivate what I thought was done. What I gave up on, God is about to blow again because it's my due season. It's my due season. And I understand sometimes the fog gets real. When we've reached our capacity, our max mental capacity, the fog gets real. Disappointment has a way of clouding everything. Can we be real for just a moment? Disappointment has a way of clouding everything. So now you don't expect, you just exist. You're afraid of hope again because letdown hurts too much, because I'm tired of seeing loss after loss. But can I speak into you tonight? The same place where you lost your joy is the same place where God wants to bring new life. Understand this. The tears weren't wasted. The time, it wasn't random. The silence, it was not empty. The soil was rich. And God is about to bring something supernatural. God is about to bring a supernatural fruit from the same place you almost gave up on. If you're in the Hidden Gems group, I literally dropped a song. I dropped the song. It was called Covenant Keeping God, but it was a live worship. And then she began to prophetically decree that her womb had fruit. If you were in our Watch Your Mouth challenge, I had y'all decree that my fruit has fruit, right? So here it is, out of a place where I'm not going to call to you tonight. I'm calling you up. Understand this. What I'm about to say to you now, I'm not coddling you tonight. I'm calling you up because yes, you've been through hell and high water. The dream took longer than you planned, but guess what? Delayed does not mean denied. And disqualification is a lie to tell you to stop. It's meant for you to stop because you feel as if you've reached a point where I cannot exceed anymore. So here it is. I've been disqualified. I'm telling myself that I no longer qualify for what God is going to do. I'm no longer qualified for the blessings of God because my denial or the longer of the delayed dream is like, why am I toiling for this? But if you keep saying you're too old, you're too late, you're too tired, you're too inconsistent, you don't have enough money, you don't have the connections, but God said you're still chosen. So everything you said before that but erases everything because God says, I still chose you for a time as this. You're convinced yourself it's too late. You applied, you launched, you loved, you tried another relationship, you showed up, but you get tired of that. Sometimes that's fear posing as wisdom because I keep putting myself up, but secretly I'm afraid of what God is going to do. But expectation says, I believe God. I need y'all to drop that in the comments tonight. I believe God. My expectation means I believe God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all I can ask or think. Who am I talking to tonight? I know I'm talking to someone. I believe God. I need y'all to drop that in this chat room. I believe God. If God is still speaking to you tonight, I need you to drop, I believe God. He's still planning to do something through you. That's right. I believe God. I believe God. That's right. I need to see y'all make that. I need you to speak this thing out loud. He still has plans for me. He still has plans for me. Now here's the question that we've all been avoiding. Are you secretly scared of the joy because of the pain you became normal to? Have you coped with pain so much so that you're scared to allow joy to come in? You're scared to trust God like a child because you've gone so far down this road called life, and you've gotten so many doors closed and slapped and slammed into your face that you're so scared to allow joy to come in your life. Yeah, I need you to get up. It's time to get up. It's time to start preparing for laughter again. I need y'all to declare this with me. I don't care if you got to pause what you're listening to in the background. I don't care if you are looking, if you are riding with your sister. I need y'all to say this out loud. I still have joy in me. I still have vision in me. I still have capacity to carry. My womb still works. My promise still breathes. I am not disqualified. I am not late. I am not done. This is the main one I need y'all to drop in the chat room. I'm still her. And God is still faithful. For my man drop, I am still him. And God is still faithful. And let me add this if I can. If God had canceled it, he would have stopped calling your name. But he didn't. So neither will I. I'm calling every woman that has been in a dry place back to her place of life. I'm calling every woman who has been in their pit too long to come back up to life. It's time to breathe again. It's time to get up and work because there is work to be done. Somebody is watching you to see how you're handling the season that you're in. Let me push you real quick because a lot of y'all have been sitting in a pit too long, waiting to be consumed by your problem. But I've been yelling this, I've been screaming this for the last 3 weeks. Your current situation is not the final destination for your destiny. So what does that mean, Coach V? That means you cannot see where you are now and not see further than your nose. You need to understand that the destiny that is designed for you is to be above and not beneath. It's to be the lender and not the borrower. It's to be in good health and not in infirmity or affliction. Who am I talking to? Sis, get up. I need y'all to be a mobile evangelism tonight. I need y'all to share this out. I need you to tag this out and say, sis, get up. It's time to get up. It's time to put away our doubting season. It's time to stop trying to work away for God to come and bless you, because that's why we keep getting in cycles that we cannot break, because we're manufacturing our own miracles instead of allowing God to do this thing called bless us. I need you to go back into your prayer closet. I need you to put back on your war clothes. I need you to get back down to his feet and go into the presence of God. I need you to decree in your house that the blessings of the Lord maketh rich and addeth no sorrow unto it. So if you're in deep sorrow, that means you're out of alignment with his word. That means you're out of alignment with what God is trying to do in you and through you. I need you to get back into alignment with the will of God. I'm sorry, y'all, but I had to come and push y'all. I had to come and aggravate someone who's been wallowing in the woe is me. That's someone that has been wallowing with I've been getting hit after hit, and I don't know how to get out of this thing. That person who says, you know what, this is all that I have, and this is all that I will ever be. I need to come and push my sister who says, you know what, I'm done and I'm tired of fighting. I need you to get up. I need y'all to tag your sister and say, get up from that place. No longer are we living in this thing called Lodabar. No longer are we going to stay with the plagues that have been taken from us. No longer are we going to be comfortable in our captivity. It's time to come up and break out of this thing called laziness. We are pursuing what God has before us. How dare you sit on a womb that God called blessed? How dare you try to manufacture something that God told you not to do? How dare you second guess what God has placed inside of you? How dare you decide to tell God what he has been doing is taking too long for you? How dare you not hold on to the word of the Lord? How dare you not hold on to the promises of God? How dare you keep in, oh God, I love you, get in covenant with the lie of the devil? How dare you listen to the devil so long that you become his ill word? How dare you come out of alignment with our author and the creator of our very life? No. It's time to come up. It's time to come up. I don't care what phase you're in. Before you even get out of the pit, sometimes you got to stand up and dust yourself off. I don't care if you're in the phase where you're dusting yourself off, or you're in the phase of you're finally waking up and realizing who you really are. I don't care if you're in the phase where you're starting to climb your way out of the pit. I'm telling you to go, girl, go. It's time for you to keep going. Don't stop. Don't look back. Don't care. Don't worry about whoever is still down there. You go, girl, go. I need y'all to drop that in the comment section. Push your sister on tonight. Go, girl, go. I don't need you to stop here. I don't care who is comfortable with staying in that pit, but I need you to get up and get out. I need you to get up and get out of the old clothes that you were in. I need you to get up and get out of the prison that you put yourself in. You go, girl, go. Listen, write down. Sorry, y'all. I get excited because it's so many women who don't realize the potential that is within you. It's so many of y'all who are comfortable with the cage that you built in your own community, and you don't realize it's a legion of women out here with their arms reaching down, trying to pull you up. But you are so comfortable with the level that you're on that you're scared. Oh God, that you're scared to dream again. You're scared to birth again. You're scared to push again. I need you to push. Oh, God, I love you tonight. You know, that wasn't on my notes. I love you, Lord. Listen, I need you to write down 5 promises that God gave you. I need you to write down 5 promises that God gave you that you stopped believing could happen. Go back years where the dreams that I remember. My mom will never let me forget when I was younger. I said, Mom, I'm gonna have a big house, and I'm gonna build a house on the side to put my parents in, because I don't want you guys to go into a nursing home. I'm gonna have a full staff to take care of you. Go back to the little you and write down the dreams that God gave you. Write down the dreams that you stopped believing in, and then next to it, write each one next to it. Write down in bold capital letters, still possible. Whoa. I'm about to push y'all real quick. I need y'all to drop that in the comment section. Still possible, still possible. Yeah, I understand that you lost the contract. I understand that you lost the job. I understand that you lost your means of transportation. I understand that you may have lost the relationship. I understand you may have lost your husband, your fiance, the baby. I need you to drop in the comment section, still possible, because I need you to believe. I need you to say that I'm still possible. God is still possible. All things are possible through God. All things are possible for those who believe and who are called according to his purpose. I'm still possible. Yes, you can. I don't care if the people laugh. I don't care if the people leave, but he is still possible. I need y'all to drop that in the comment section. Still possible. Right next to every dream that you stop believing in, that you stop believing God can make happen. I don't care if you say I'm going to be a millionaire by the age of 30 and you are 45. It's still possible that he can make you a millionaire. It's still possible. Oh God, I love you tonight. And I need you to believe this thing and don't apologize for it, because God can do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask or think. Hey. Listen, real quick. I'm gonna calm down. See, this is the part of the show where we're just nodding. We're not just sending lights on the screen. I need you to start straightening up your back, your spinal cord. I need you to unclench your jaw. I need you to square your shoulders. And I need you to say this out loud. Enough is enough. I need you to put an eviction notice on everything that has been aggravating you. I need you to put an eviction notice on everything the enemy tried to throw at you. I need you to put an eviction notice on every imp that was sit by the enemy's camp and say enough is enough. See, you shrunk too long. You've been second guessing too long. You've been sitting in silence while other people walk in their boldness. You know that you were called just as well as they were. And the truth is, you didn't stop because the promise changed. You stopped because you started doubting that you were still qualified to carry it in the first place. So let me tell you this, God's decision, oh God, is not even to revoke. Oh God, is not revoked by your delay. His decision is not revoked by your delay. He still plans to use the same you that was messed up, that cried about it, that went silent, and that tried to move on. He still plans on using the same you. So stop trying to hide from a God who knows and sees all. Whoa, who is trying to hide and run away from God? I need you to stop trying to run away from the calling, because he needs you in this moment. A lot of us, myself included, used to run from the gift that God gave me, but instead of embracing it, because once you embrace it, the doors will begin to open before you. A lot of us want to hide and run away from our gift because we feel awkward in using it, and it's only awkward because you've never opened it and tried to train yourself in the gift in the first place. Let me slow down. See, you're the one people admire, the woman, the high achieving woman. You're the one that people admire. That's the girl that I'm talking to tonight, the one who loves to gain to meet the goals, exceed the goals, right? You're the go-getter. You're the strategist. You're the builder. You're the encourager. You're the brains behind the scenes. Now, see, you're functioning while your faith has been depleted. You've started adjusting the size of your dream to match the size of your current emotional bandwidth. I say that to my husband a lot. Sometimes my bandwidth has met its cap. We become overstimulated, right? You're doing what's safe instead of doing what's spoken over your life. You're coaching others, but you haven't challenged yourself in months. You're delivering results, but you haven't delivered joy in your own life in years. Watch this. Your grind is not an excuse to ignore God's instructions. I need you to hear me clearly. Your grind is not an excuse to ignore God's instructions. It's time to reclaim your holy ambition back. for the woman, for the ladies who've been feeling under an emotional fog, and feeling as if you're not having a clear view. You've convinced yourself that peace means playing it small. You no longer expect because that last yes that you gave God took too long to come into manifestation. You've stopped preparing because preparation feels pointless. But hear me clearly, God is not looking for the hype. He's looking for an honest faith. He's looking for an honest people. And sometimes the most powerful move you can make is to believe again with shaky hands. It's just to believe again. See, a lot of us stop believing because when it doesn't work out the way we wanted it to or desire it to, it didn't work. It wasn't successful. It wasn't good. But no, when you believe God on a consistent base, that's the most powerful thing that you can do. So watch this. I need you to say something like this. When you feel like you're back into a corner, when you feel like you are at the top that you can carry, I need you to screen record this and listen to this. Play this as many times that you need to play. Like your life depends on it. I don't care. I will not disqualify myself from what God already decided. I am not too far gone. I am not too old. And I still have a yes in me. I will stop laughing and disbelief and start preparing in faith. I will make room again. I will dream again. I will believe even when I can't see it. The same God who spoke it will perform it. See, we've been the Sarah, but now you are the fulfilled promise walking. Because you were supposed to be gone a long time ago. But God saw fit to leave you here for a purpose. You are for fulfilled promise walking. You are the evidence. You are the shift. You are the one who births joy. Out of every dry place, the enemy labeled dead, and you still owe it to every woman watching you to believe again. Every little girl watching you, every older woman watching you, you owe it to them just to simply believe it, to believe God again. So listen, if this episode shook something in you, if this episode made your baby leap, if this episode encouraged you, if this episode pushed you, I know it was over the 45 minutes. I need you to don't sit on it. Screenshot it. I need you to share it. I need you to text your sister, post it with these words. My womb still works. And tag us, tag HG Girl Talk, tag Veronica. I don't care. Tag our page because I want to know if this helped you. Tag it with these words. My womb still works. And because this is not just another feel-good episode, I need y'all to know that this was your labor room. And baby, you are ready to birth joy for real this time. Listen, I love each and every one of you. I love each and every one of you. I am behind on messages. Please forgive me. I had a hectic week, but I needed to come up and push my ladies. I need to come up and push my gems and let you guys know that you are still possible. God is still possible. That your womb still works. It's not dried out. Listen. God is about to birth joy in every dry place because it's your due season. You are due in this season. You've been holding out so long. You've held out from hit after hit after hit. You held on to his word for every hit you had to encounter. And now it's your due season. Go, girl, go. Crawl out of the pit that the enemy tried to keep you in. Crawl out of that thing that he tried to bury you alive in, where you felt suffocated. Now is your due season. Listen, if this bless you, let me know. If this bless you, let me know. If this bless you, let me know. You can support us by sowing any seed. You can support us by sowing any seed amount. We love you. Every seed sown is going to fulfill our journey to legal, our road to legal. I'm super excited about this. I've given all of the housekeeping in the beginning, so I'm not going to go over it again. But every seed that you give goes to our road to legal so that we can facilitate those things that we are desiring to do for the vision for Hidden Gems. And we have some amazing things coming up. Listen, I would love to see you at Pajamas and Prayer. I would love to see you at Pajamas and Prayer. Come ready to dance, come ready to laugh, come ready to cry, and most importantly, come ready to pray. Listen, you can sow your seed at $ HG Girl Talk. HG Girl Talk, you will see our beautiful logo, our gym logo there. And I want to say, remember to be pretty, powerful, and purposeful. I love y'all. Have a good night. Bye.